What does a once powerful prince do when everything is stripped away? Prince Andrew stepped back from public duties in 2019 after the infamous Newsnight interview, and since then, the world has mostly forgotten about him. But behind the gates of Royal Lodge, his sprawling Windsor mansion, a bizarre daily routine has emerged. Staff members who've worked there paint a picture that's equal parts shocking and sad. This isn't the life of a working royal anymore. It's something else entirely. If you want more untold stories like this, make sure to subscribe to Royal Family Daily. We bring you the royal news no one else is talking about. Andrew doesn't wake early. There's no morning briefing, no official engagements to prepare for. Breakfast is brought to him by staff, and then the day truly begins. He spends hours in front of a massive screen that takes up nearly an entire wall in his sitting room. What's he watching? Call of Duty, military simulation games, war documentaries. A royal biographer who spoke to former staff described it as arrested adolescence, a man clinging to the military career he once had, now reduced to digital battles in a dimly lit room. The irony isn't lost on anyone. This is a man who once served in the Falklands War as a helicopter pilot, who flew dangerous missions and earned genuine respect for his service. Now, that same warrior spirit has been channeled into console gaming, reliving glory days that feel more distant with each passing year. But that's just the beginning. One of the strangest revelations from palace insiders involves teddy bears. Yes, teddy bears. Reports claim Andrew keeps between 50 and 72 stuffed animals carefully arranged on his bed. This isn't a casual collection. Staff members were given a full day of training on how to position each bear. There was even a laminated photograph showing the exact placement of every single toy. If a bear was out of position, even slightly, Andrew would reportedly shout and scream at the staff. Sarah Ferguson, his ex-wife who still lives with him, is said to take a dim view of these games, but they continue anyway. Imagine being a professional housekeeper, trained in the finest standards of royal service, spending your morning making sure a stuffed hippo is tilted at the correct angle. It's the kind of detail that makes you question everything. If you're as shocked as we are, hit that like button. It helps us keep bringing you these stories. Then there's the monkey test. Andrew would apparently hide a small toy monkey somewhere around Royal Lodge to see if the cleaning staff would notice it. It wasn't a joke. It was a test. If they missed it, there were consequences. Former employees described it as a bizarre power game, a way for Andrew to assert control even after losing his public role. The monkey might be tucked behind a curtain, placed on a bookshelf, or hidden in a bathroom. Staff would have to be vigilant during every cleaning session, knowing they were being watched and judged. It's the kind of behaviour that makes you wonder what's really going on behind those closed doors. Some psychologists who've commented on these reports suggest it reflects a deep need for control in a life where Andrew has lost almost everything else that mattered to him. Despite stepping down from royal duties and no longer using the Duke of York title in official capacities, Andrew still demands to be called Your Royal Highness by his household staff. They're expected to bow and curtsy when they enter a room, just as they would for a working royal. He's insisted this is his birthright, something King Charles cannot take away. According to sources close to the family, Andrew has made it clear that his status as the son of Queen Elizabeth II means certain protocols must be maintained, regardless of public opinion or his current standing. But here's the thing. Staff at Windsor Castle have reportedly stopped bowing to him altogether. They call him Mr. Mountbatten Windsor now. The contrast is striking. Inside Royal Lodge, the fantasy continues. Outside those walls, the world has moved on. His demands on staff go beyond titles. There are stories of Andrew making maids climb 4 flights of stairs just to open the curtains beside his bed, even though he was perfectly capable of doing it himself. The curtains in question are right next to where he sleeps, an arm's length away. But protocol, as Andrew sees it, dictates that staff must perform these tasks. He's reportedly fired staff for wearing nylon ties instead of silk. One aide was removed simply because Andrew didn't like a mole on his face. Another staff member was let go for not walking fast enough. The expectation was always absolute obedience. No questioning, no pushback, just compliance. Former employees have described an atmosphere of walking on eggshells, never knowing what small infraction might trigger an outburst. Drop a comment below and tell us what you think about these demands. Are they justified, or has Andrew lost touch with reality? So, what does Andrew actually do all day? After his gaming sessions, he watches war films, golf coverage, and something even stranger. He's obsessed with plane spotting apps. Hours are spent tracking flights around the world, watching planes take off and land in real time. Former staff say it's one of his primary pastimes now. He'll sit there with his tablet, following aircraft as they cross continents, monitoring delays, tracking routes. It's a hobby that some find endearing, others find deeply sad. Here's a man who once piloted helicopters in combat, now reduced to watching commercial flights on a screen. Twice a week, he goes horseback riding through Windsor Great Park, one of the few times he leaves the estate. He's uncomfortable being photographed in public, so he stays hidden. The daily lunches he used to have with Queen Elizabeth are gone. She was one of the few people who still treated him with warmth and didn't judge him for his past. Now, he's largely alone, isolated in a mansion that's far too big for one person. And yet, despite his isolation, Andrew's demands haven't stopped. Reports suggest he's now asking for a 6-bedroom mansion at Sandringham, complete with a full household staff. He wants a cook, a housekeeper, a gardener, a driver, and 24-hour police protection. The price tag for leaving Royal Lodge? He's demanding £75 million. King Charles has been trying to move him out for years, offering him Frogmore Cottage, the former home of Harry and Meghan, but Andrew refuses to budge. He sees it as beneath him, too small for someone of his status. Recent inspections of Royal Lodge revealed significant damage after more than 2 decades of Andrew living there, peeling paint, structural issues, maintenance that's been ignored for years. And here's the kicker, he never paid rent for 22 years. The Crown Estate covered everything. Now that the money has been cut off, the cracks are showing, literally and figuratively. From global trade representative to isolated gaming in a crumbling mansion. That's the reality of Prince Andrew's life now. Staff at Royal Lodge still play along with the Boeing, the teddy bears, the monkey tests. But outside those gates, the world has stopped caring. The public has moved on to other royal dramas, other scandals, other headlines. Andrew has become a ghost, haunting a house that no longer fits the life he thought he'd have. So the question remains, is this the life he chose, or is it the only one he has left? If you want daily updates on the royals, subscribe to Royal Family Daily and hit that bell icon. We'll see you in the next one.